Hello guys, September 11, day 10 of this 30-day challenge. So hope you have done all the previous episodes because one day if you miss, you are missing 10 MCQs and you will not know your score improvement also. So please see to that you are watching everything. And now today we will do March 2020. We started from June 2019 current affair. So hope the progress is helping you. And this is part of pack 11 at Vysh. This is part of a paid course and we are showing you 10 MCQs from each of the tests. And our students are studying all the 100, so they will be studying obviously total 6,300 MCQs plus the revision chart and snippet card. So it's a huge bucket of knowledge. Okay, so if you are studying from any other good institute, it's totally fine, but still if you feel some subject you were lacking, this is your last chance to get these things and practice. Okay, so 30 days, any doubt you have, like what should you give more weightage and less weightage, there is a video already made with this particular thumbnail. You can go and search that video also and check your score in live chat. When you put your answers, you can see what others are answering also, and finally the final score, put it in the comment section. Okay, I say that even though 300 plus people are seeing it daily, maximum 6 to 8 people are commenting it. So please comment your scores, else if the participation is less, we might stop this series. Even though we promised 30 days, we will have to stop it. So please see to it that you are commenting your score. Okay, so 8, 9, 10 is excellent, 6, 7 is good, 3, 4, 5 is revise more, and 1, 2 is study from better sources. And don't worry about this thing, our test will be always difficult compared to UPSC. So your score, even if it's less, it's okay. This great ready to trade campaign seen in news is related to generalized system of preferences, Brexit, then Act East policy, or Quad grouping. So it is Brexit. Britain finally becomes the first ever country to leave the European Union after its formation. So United Kingdom will enter the transition period that was agreed between the British government and the EU. And the terms of that agreement mean that for the next 11 months, UK remains an EU member state in all but name. Okay, so it is still there for namesake. Then Union flag will be removed from all EU institutions, out of one of which will be placed in the museum, and it will continue to obey all EU law and European codes. In the coming months, it will continue to pay into the EU budget and comply with any changes to EU law. That means that only things that will change are largely symbolical. Okay, so these are all maybe important for your mains because UPSC prelims will not ask about this Brexit clauses and all, but for mains, question is expected. Okay. Then this new great ready to trade campaign will begin soon. Mumbai is among 18 cities across 13 countries to be part of this drive, designed to push the message that Britain is now free to do its own new trade deals with countries around the world. Okay, so that is what it symbolizes, and so it is important. Okay, and much more explanation is there. You should know what is this treaty, when it came to force and all, but it's again, as I said, more important for mains. Now just you have to know that it's related to this EU and things. Okay, but my students can anyway read. Detailed explanations are given in the PDF. Now the Future of Earth 2020 report is released by World Bank, World Economic Forum, UNFCCC, or none of these. So it is none of these. It is not any very like big body like that. It is South Asia Future Earth Regional Office for Climate Change and Indian Institute of Science. Okay, has released this. So India has a connection. So you have to know this Future of Earth 2020 report. South Asia Future Earth Regional Office is hosted by this Devecha Center for Climate Change, Bangalore, India. The office plays a key role in promoting solution-oriented research on environmental sustainability. And again, more GK kind of data is there. Report released by Kasturi Rangan. This is already asked in prelims, like what report did he give, Kasturi Rangan. So you should know about all these climate change and Western Ghats and all these things he has given. And report was prepared with the aim of reducing carbon footprint and halting global warming below 2 degrees Celsius by 2050. Then see, dialing down the heat. This kind of terms is what they will mention. Okay, like dialing down the heat was in news. What is it related to? So here again, this last male northern white rhino died. Okay, I have put a question on Sumatra rhino also, I think 2 days back. So all these things you can relate to each other and make notes together if you are making notes. Okay. And again, Future Earth, what is Future Earth and all, you can Google, you will get the Wikipedia page. It is established in 2015. It is an internationally sustainability research network. Okay, so UPSC can pick up any keyword. These are all GK only, but hope you have at least known about these things. Juice jacking, sometimes seen in the news, is related to debit cards, bitcoins, USB portal, or dark web. So it is related to USB portal. Mobile phones get infected through type of cyber attack called juice jacking. A USB port is not simply a power socket. You can also use it to transfer and sync your data. A hacker can tamper with a USB charging port at a public charging station to steal passwords and export data. The main way to avoid juice jacking is to stay away from public charging stations or portable wall chargers. Carry a personal charger or a power bank, or use USB condoms, which are adapters that allow the power transfer but don't connect the data transfer pins. Switch off your phone or lock your phone and then plug it to the charging port. But this technique only works on few mobile models. Okay, so juice jacking is there in use since many long time, but they will just ask like this. They will not ask very detailed clauses and all. So it's related to USB portal. Thousand Springs initiative was recently launched by Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Water Resources, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Ministry of Rural Development. So it is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It launched a capacity building program for scheduled tribe and this thing in Bhubaneswar. So this is aiming at improving access to safe and adequate water for the tribal communities living in difficult and inaccessible part of the rural areas in the country. It is an integrated solution around natural springs. Okay, so that is why it is called Thousand Springs. It includes provision of infrastructure of piped water, drinking water, all these things. Okay, basic livelihood. Then online portal is also there. Spring Atlas has been developed. Then springs, what it is, you should know geography, are a natural source of groundwater discharged and have been used extensively in the mountainous region across the world, including India. Like if you go to Ladakh and all, you will see a lot of hot springs. Then, however, in the central and eastern Indian belt, with more than 75% tribal population, it remains largely unrecognized and underutilized. The initiative will help in harnessing the potential of perennial springs. And under this initiative, more than 70 young tribal youth from rural belt of 3 districts of Odisha, that is these 3, have been trained as barefoot hydrogeologists by combining traditional and scientific knowledge for identifying and mapping of springs. Okay, so it's the news item which you should ideally know. Now, this Miyawaki model seen in news is related to waste disposal, afforestation, food distribution, or education. So it is afforestation. This technique comprises testing the fertility and water holding capacity of the soil before the plantation activity is undertaken. Okay, so there is one doctor, a Japanese person, that is where the name is Miyawaki Model. Artificial forest cultivation process after 60 years of research on the natural forest. This revolutionized the concept of urban afforestation. Saplings are planted close to each other. Hence, while growing, these plants compete against each other to grow taller in order to get more sunlight. This fastens their growth by 10 times in comparison to the ordinary process. Using this process, a forest is created within 30 to 40 years, where the natural process takes around 300 years. So Kerala is adopting it, Indian Oil Corporation and Maharashtra. So multiple times it came in news. All the news articles have been linked into my PDF. So you can read all that for more information and getting notes for mains. Which of the following are true about uniform code for pharmaceutical marketing practices? It is a mandatory code for ethical marketing of pharmaceutical products. Violation of the code can bring in punishments up to cancellation of medical license. So both are wrong. It is just a voluntary code for ethical marketing. Remaining everything is correct. It's a voluntary code, and this it's a toothless, unenforceable kind of code. It is not like your medical license will get cancelled and all. So that is why both the statements are false. Okay, and you can again pause and see more details, because we cannot predict what level UPSC can ask, but the basic things I've already put it in the statements itself. Okay. Which of the following are true about National Handicapped Finance and Development Corporation? It operates under Ministry of Finance and it implements the Vishesh Microfinance Yojana, which finances income generating schemes of disabled persons. So ministry is wrong. It is social justice and empowerment. You should know this. Handicapped and all these things comes there only. So it is expected for you to know, and it's an easy question in that sense. It was established in 1997. The company provides financial assistance to Divyangs and persons with disabilities. Currently, it's implementing Vishesh Microfinance Yojana. Under the Vishesh, NHFDC finances income generating schemes of disabled persons. This is being done by signing agreement with public sector banks, regional rural banks and other financial institutions. The main objective is to reach out to unbanked population. So some festival called Ekam Fest was organized to promote the products of Divyang. So that also maybe they can ask, like, Ekam Fest was in news related to what? Okay, so it's the products promotion of Divyang artisans and entrepreneurs. Okay, so this body and this fest is important. Which of the following are true about CRISPR-Cas9 genome editing tool? UPSC, I think, 2 times already asked about this. So it can remove or alter a particular DNA sequence but cannot add anything new to it. It can be used to treat blindness. Okay, so it's kind of applications. So it's 2 only. It can also add, if you see here, it adds, removes or alters that particular DNA sequence. So CRISPR, what it is, CRISPR-Cas, what it is, it's not a new thing. From 2015 onwards, it's in news. So it's a family of DNA sequences that are found in organisms like bacteria. They're derived from DNA of bacteriophagus. So this is actually a virus, okay, even though the name is like that, that infects the bacteria. And it is used to, this CRISPR-Cas is used to edit genes in the organism. Okay, it's an enzyme. And Cas is CRISPR associated protein. Okay, that is why it's the CAS again stands for CRISPR. So CRISPR associated protein. Okay, so everything can be done, and the news is that the first time it is going to be used for treating blindness. That is why this question is framed. And anyway, when science question comes about applications, 99% of the time it will be true. Okay, that is I have already shown you many examples, but you should have applied that trick here also. Now, Gender Social Norms Index seen in news is released by World Bank, UNDP, WEF or UNSC. So it's UNDP, it released this index. UNDP released a lot of index like this related to human development related thing. So you should know this. This also, if you are making any notes, add this to there. And according to previous reports, India's gender inequality rank was 122. And as per 2015 report, this is this thing. Okay, this also you should know. Maternity mortality rate will be like number per 1 lakh. Okay, the other ones and all will be like per 1000 or 100, but this one is per 1 lakh they calculate. So that also UPSC can modify it if they want to trouble with data. Year 2020 marks 25th anniversary of Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. Okay, it was signed in Beijing during the 4th World Conference of Women in 1995. This also was asked, I think, previously UPSC asked like this Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action is related to what? Okay, so that was a UPSC question. So it's again in news now, so you have to study this. Then UN World Conference of Women, it took place in 1975 in Mexico. And all these places, okay, where the conferences in order, they are showing the list of places. So it's a GK again, but you are expected to study. Hemostats seen in news refer to what? An osmotic filter for water purification, accounting tool related to salinity, group of microorganisms which live in extremely cold regions, or a surgical tool used to control bleeding. This again, unless you have heard about it, you cannot do it. So here the answer is surgical tool used to control bleeding. Rapid blood coagulation is important to stop blood loss. So it's again telling out like when cut happens, blood coming out and all those things. Okay, blood is an insoluble gel. The process requires these things, factors, calcium and all these things. So too much science not needed for you, but at least this hemostats is used to control the bleeding. Okay, that's what you have to know. And starch based hemostat is being developed by our scientist, so that is why it is in news. And what is starch, that also becomes important for you. So UPSC will do that only. They will not simply randomly take anything and ask you. If something of that sort is in news, they will ask. Okay, so it's an odorless, tasteless white substance occurring widely in plant tissue and obtained chiefly from cereals and potatoes. It is a polysaccharide which functions as a carbohydrate store and is an important constituent of the human diet. So starch or amylum is a polymeric carbohydrate consisting of numerous glucose unit joined by glucosidic bonds. So again, too much science not required, but have an idea, okay, so that you can eliminate options. So that was the 10 questions for today. Hope everything is going fine in your side in your revision. If any doubt or anything is there, just come and WhatsApp me so that we can guide you, because we don't want the last 20 days to be taken very casually and then you waste all the effort you have done in the previous 1 year. Okay, so please come and message us. We'll try to help if possible, but please don't ask very silly questions which you can simply Google and find out, or what we have already covered in video, but still let us know. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.